Arya looked perfect, which is exactly how her mother wanted her. Flawless skin, a gentle oval face framed by caramel curls, eyes so wide and bright they looked airbrushed even in real life. Every strand of her hair curled just enough to catch the light. Every outfit pastel, seasonal, innocent, but clickable. She moved like a ballerina on glass, carefully, quietly, trained. On Instagram, she was the sun. Golden filters, picnic sets, sun-kissed cheekbones. Captions like, "Grateful for little moments, sun and yellow heart," followed by 30 trending hashtags her mother kept in a spreadsheet. At 17, Arya had 1.2 million followers. People sent her PR boxes and fan letters and comments like, "You're the definition of effortless beauty. Adopt me, please. Your mom raised an angel." They weren't wrong. Her mom raised her. Selena, former model, failed starlet, full-time strategist, sat behind every camera, handpicked the outfits, rehearsed the poses, ghost wrote the captions. And if Arya got it wrong, if her smile cracked, her eyeliner smudged, or her energy dropped below 80%, Selena would tighten her lips, say nothing, then close the bedroom door that night without saying goodnight. Fame, Arya had learned, was a language, and her mother was fluent. But lately, Arya felt like she was speaking a script that wasn't hers, living inside a body she didn't choose, and smiling through a life she couldn't breathe in. Every photo got prettier. Every part of her disappeared. Before Arya had followers, Selena had regret. She kept it hidden in old magazines stacked in plastic bins, faded covers from the early 2000s, her face glowing in low-budget ads for shampoo, weight loss tea, and fast fashion brands that no longer existed. She never made it big. She was always almost. Too soft-spoken, too honest, too late. So when Arya was born, Selena saw a second chance, a cleaner slate, a better face, a tighter frame. She began curating Arya's image before she could walk. Satin bows, baby modeling contracts, auditions for toy commercials. When Arya cried during a photo shoot at age 5, Selena knelt down and whispered,
"Pretty girls don't cry, honey. They hold still and smile."
That sentence never left her. Not at 7, when Selena made her skip birthday cake for a dress fitting. Not at 11, when a talent scout said Arya's shoulders were a little too broad and her mother put her in ballet to shrink them. Not at 14, when Selena started weighing her after every meal. Arya didn't grow up under her mother's roof. She grew up under her mother's spotlight. And when she finally asked why she couldn't just be normal, go to school, wear hoodies, post silly TikToks with her friends, Selena smiled softly, almost pityingly.
"You weren't born to be normal, baby. You were born to be seen."
Arya nodded. She always nodded. But inside, a seed of quiet resistance had been planted, and it was starting to bloom in the dark. By 16, Arya had forgotten how to speak without rehearsing. Every sentence was a line, every outfit a strategy, every smile a performance. She didn't just live online, she existed there. At home, everything revolved around numbers. Followers, engagement rate, story views, click-through conversions. Her mother tracked it all like a stockbroker monitoring a volatile market.
"You dropped 0.3% last week. Maybe post another bikini shot. With freckles, natural cells now. Don't eat the pasta before the shoot."
Affection came in quotas. If she hit her metrics, her mother bought her gifts. If she missed, silence. Even Arya's friendships felt like PR. Other teen influencers invited to staged birthday parties, filmed on handheld gimbals, every laugh recorded, every slice of cake never eaten. When a boy at school, Jonah, once tried to talk to her without a phone in sight, she froze. He told her she was funny, that he liked her freckles when they weren't blurred by filters. That night, Selena scrolled through his profile and said,
He doesn't even have 500 followers. He's not your level.
Arya didn't reply. She just blocked him. And then she cried into her pillow, quietly, so the cameras didn't hear, because deep down, she didn't want to be liked. She wanted to be loved. But in a world where everything was filtered, she didn't know the difference anymore.
The first time it happened, Arya was live streaming a morning routine campaign. The lights were too bright, her lashes wouldn't stay curled, her reflection in the phone screen looked unfamiliar. She blinked. Then again. Suddenly, she couldn't breathe. Her hands started to shake. She dropped the concealer brush. Thousands of viewers flooded the comments. Is she okay? Why is she sweating? LMAO, she's glitching in IRL. Selena stormed into frame, smiling wide, masking panic.
Technical difficulties. Arya will be right back.
The livestream cut. Behind the scenes, the silence exploded. Selena didn't scream. She never needed to. Her eyes did all the damage.
You embarrassed yourself. You looked unstable. You just cost us the skincare sponsorship.
Arya apologized. Again. But no amount of "I'm sorry" could undo the crack that had started forming. It wasn't just anxiety. It was exhaustion. It was a body running on too little food, a mind wired to never rest, a soul that had been shaped for performance, not presence. She started waking up dreading the sound of the ring light clicking on. She avoided mirrors. She couldn't recognize her voice in recordings anymore. And when she asked, once, softly,
Can I just take a break?
Selena stared at her like she'd spoken in a foreign language.
Break? From what, Arya? From being adored?
Arya didn't respond, because inside her, adoration was starting to feel like a prison cell. The breaking point wasn't dramatic. No screaming, no shattered glass. Just a single room, too white, too bright. A studio space rented for a brand collab. New line of swimsuits. Selena insisted Arya wear the pink one. Arya looked at it. Two thin triangles of fabric held together by threads and hashtags.
I don't feel comfortable,
She whispered. Selena didn't flinch.
You don't have to feel, you have to sell.
The photographer stood by, pretending not to hear. The makeup artist stared at the floor. Arya shook her head. Once. Firm.
No.
And that word was enough to split the air. Selena walked over, heels sharp on tile, and slapped her. Not hard enough to bruise, just hard enough to make the room stop breathing. The sound echoed louder than it should have. No one said anything. The camera didn't capture the hit, but someone's phone did. The clip leaked online 2 days later. Blurred faces, muffled audio, Arya flinching. Selena released a statement.
We're going through personal challenges. Arya's behavior has been unpredictable. Please respect our privacy.
Comments were mixed. Some blamed the daughter, some blamed the fame. But Arya knew the truth. That slap wasn't the worst part. The worst part was how little it surprised her. She hadn't lost her freedom that day. She'd lost it years ago, when she became a product in her own mother's hands. The house was silent when it happened. Selena was out. Some industry gala. Perfect excuse for another mother-daughter absence on social. Arya was alone, for once. She walked into the guest room, the only place without a ring light or a tripod. She sat in front of the mirror. No makeup, no filter, just her and her reflection stripped bare. And for the first time, she didn't flinch. Her hair, long, honey brown, curled every day for years, wasn't hers. It was a costume, a leash. She opened the drawer, pulled out the craft scissors her mom used for PR packages. Her hand hovered. 1,000 voices screamed in her head. Branding managers, followers, classmates, relatives, her mother.
Don't ruin yourself. Your hair is your crown. You're nothing without the look.
But underneath it all, another voice. Quieter. Familiar. Her own.
This isn't me.
she turned on the camera. Not portrait mode, not lit, not monetized, just live. She stared at the lens, eyes red, shoulders tense, but spine straight, and whispered,
I'm not your doll. I'm not your brand. I'm not her anymore.
Then, without ceremony, she grabbed a fistful of hair and cut. No music, no transition, just the soft, horrible crunch of scissors through strands trained to obey. It wasn't pretty, but it was real. And for the first time, she didn't feel fake.
The live stream wasn't promoted. No graphics, no countdown, no link in bio, just a raw camera feed and a girl in a sweatshirt, scissors in one hand, clumps of hair in the other. At first, no one knew what was happening. Viewers flooded in. Notifications pinged like alarms. Screens lit up across bedrooms, offices, classrooms.
Is this a PR stunt? Someone stop her. She's ruining her brand.
But Arya didn't speak. Not at first. She just cut. One thick section at a time, hair falling in heavy silence to the hardwood floor. Her face wasn't composed. It was blotchy, tear-streaked. Not the usual crying but still pretty kind of breakdown. This was ugly. This was honest. Then she spoke. Not to the audience, but to the mirror.
You wanted me polished, polite, marketable. You wanted me perfect.
She held up a severed curl, the same kind her mother used to brag about in casting rooms.
But I was never perfect. I was just afraid.
Snip,
Afraid of not being enough.
snip,
Afraid of disappointing her.
snip.
Afraid that if I stopped being who she wanted, no one would love what was left.
Silence. And then, a long, shaking breath.
I think I'm ready to find out.
She cut the last section, ran her hand over the uneven scalp. No wig, no apology, just her. Bare, brutal, beginning again. By morning, the video had already gone viral. Screenshots, screen recordings, reaction videos, stitches, duets. Arya's name trended across 4 continents, but not for beauty hacks, outfit hauls, or skincare routines. This time, it was different. Why did she do it? This is the bravest thing I've ever seen. No way this isn't PR. No one gives up fame like that. Some viewers cheered, said she was freeing herself from the chains of image, said she had guts, voice, purpose. Others called it narcissistic, dramatic, ungrateful.
So now we're applauding breakdowns. Her mother made her who she is. She owes everything to her.
And then came Selena. Not in private, not in the background. She booked a talk show, sat under polished lights in a pale pink blouse, hair curled, voice trembling.
I gave everything to that child. I sacrificed my life to build hers. And now she's calling it abuse.
She paused, let the camera zoom in on her tears.
I loved her more than anything. And this is how she thanks me, by humiliating me in front of the world.
The interview went viral too. 2 narratives, clashing in real time. One woman breaking free, one mother reclaiming the stage, and in between them, a generation watching, trying to decide who the villain really was. Then, she disappeared. No goodbye post, no final carousel of grainy film photos and cryptic quotes. Just one tap, and everything was gone. The account vanished. 12 years of content, hundreds of curated moments, millions of likes, erased in a heartbeat. Her fans panicked. Her critics cheered. Selena posted something vague about taking time to heal as a family. But Arya didn't care, because for the first time,
She wasn't performing her pain. She was just feeling it. No cameras, no timelines, no script. She moved in with her aunt in a quiet town near the coast, spent her days reading old books with yellowing pages, made food without photographing it, took walks without tracking her steps. The silence wasn't empty. It was full. Heavy. Awkward at first, then soft. Like skin remembering what it's like to breathe without foundation. She didn't look in mirrors often, but when she did, she didn't flinch anymore. She even smiled sometimes. A real smile. Not the kind that sold mascara or convinced strangers she was okay. Just her. There were no hashtags for that. No filters. No brand deals. Just one girl learning how to live without being watched.